course of Introduction to Schools of Sociological Theory, and we are with the first unit which I am going to introduce you towards functionalism. Now, you must have already gone through this idea of functionalism in semester 5 through the works of especially Herbert Spencer, in which the major focus is on relating society to an organism. And the idea is that society is made up of different parts, just like organisms have different parts. Each of these parts play a role, it plays a function, it plays a goal, and it contributes to the smooth functioning of the society, or the organism contributes, the parts of it contribute to the smooth functioning of the organism. So in this way you will find this functionalist perspective looks at society as to how something contributes to the smooth functioning of the society. So going further, we'll have a quick glance at this perspective. So you will see this perspective was a dominant perspective which emerged through the pioneering works of Durkheim, Spencer and Comte, which we will be looking at further. But it was a dominant perspective that emerged especially in the 1940s in American sociology through the works of two great sociologists like Talcott Parsons and Robert King Merton. This perspective dominated for almost 30 to 40 years in America, and it spread to the other parts of the globe, and everywhere when people did any study in sociology, they used this functionalist perspective. So what is this functionalist perspective? As you see here, the functionalist perspective views society as something that is related to its interconnected parts. The basic unit of analysis is society, which consists of parts related to the whole. And the example here is something like institutions like family and religion. I would like to quickly give you another better example, like something like if we ever thought of like a brothel. Okay, so a brothel, can it play a positive role in society? Is something for you to think and ponder. Please think, everyone, what role can a brothel play in society? But can we view it from functionalist perspective? And the answer you need to give me after I explain to you. Okay, so we will go step by step into this. But before that, think on this and I take you to this quick idea of functionalism. So early functionalism was based on the analogy between society and an organism. The functionalist examines any part of society in terms of its contribution to the whole. So think of this brothel, what I am telling you now. Okay, and I will try to dissect this for you. The main parts of the society are its institutions like family, economy, political system, and thus an institution is a structure made up of interconnected and interrelated parts. Now let's look at this example of brothel that I told you. I asked you, can brothel play a role? Can brothel have a positive function in society? And the students who are now with me in the class were able to grasp this. But I would make this more simpler to you by telling that a brothel is in existence for a long time. Ever since ancient times we have brothels existing. And who are there in these brothels? The brothels consist of mainly women. From earlier times we term them as prostitutes. The Hindi slang word for such women are randis, or sometimes they are referred to in Konkani as kolwans. These are slang words, but this is reality. They are there, but they play a role. It somehow contributes to a certain aspect of society. When we call something like, there are certain group of people, one of the basic need of a human being is sex. And you find that when this sex need is not being fulfilled in normal ways, because when we look at Indian culture specifically, sex is possible only after marriage. That means when you are born into this world, of course at that point of time you don't have a sex drive as such, but roughly when you are as a teenager, this drive starts developing and growing. And if it is not regulated properly, then you have to wait up till roughly around 25 to 30 years till you will get married to go in for this, what we call it as sex. But ultimately when you look at certain people, when they can't fulfill this, or somehow if they can't manage it, it's like we sometimes call this as a disease, but then if you can't manage it, they would turn to these brothels where they will try to fulfill this drive. And brothels in a way contribute to this. Now you would say like how this is positive to the society. Yes, imagine a pack of dogs being kept inside the walls of your homes and not being allowed to go anywhere. At some point of time, when you just leave them, they would become wild. They would become, like uncontrollable. And one of their needs is also related to sex. So when we look at these brothels in this way, like when generally you say, I'm not saying like it is only related to women being in the brothels, you also have brothels where there are men. Okay? But either ways, you'll find that this function is being fulfilled there. So rather than a man or a human being, like a woman and a man, they are both regulated by the societal norms and laws and different things. So they would not go out there and attack any other person easily. Because you're thinking twice, because there's a law. But there are some people who still go and do it. But for many others who are abided by this law, they will say, now what to do? They will turn up to the brothel and somehow sustain themselves. So in this way you could see that something like a brothel plays a positive function in society. When we look at it like this, we are looking at it from a functionalist perspective. So going further, you will see some of the quick characteristics of functionalism. Once the existence of social structure is established, the functionalists examine how the structure functions. Okay? You look at it that the term function always relates to contribution. What is something contributing to the society? And by determining the function of various parts, the functionalists are guided by the idea that society has certain needs. And all the time, those parts are playing the role of satisfying those needs. Okay? So, these needs are met for the survival. These are called functional prerequisites. So, Robert King Merton is the one who came up with this idea of functional prerequisites, and he states that every society to function smoothly, these functional prerequisites like food, clothing and shelter has to be there. Without this, you cannot have any society functioning smoothly. So, if you have a society which is governed by poverty, like you look at certain societies in Africa, they are governed by poverty today. And you have so much of issues with them. Like the civil wars that are happening is because of poverty. Right? Because their basic function of food, clothing and shelter is not being met. So don't expect societies that they would run smoothly without these prerequisites being met. And lastly, parts have to survive, then certain degree of integration is required. We need to somehow get into the values of the society. We need to internalize these values in our minds. And only then we can say that the societies will continue to run the way they are supposed to be. So with this, I would like to conclude today for this class, okay, on functionalism, the introduction to this, that the functionalist or the functionalist perspective provides us, okay, insights into the overall functioning of the society. It's a broad perspective that looks at society from a very broad way, rather than a narrow perspective. Then it tends to stress on the importance of value over interest. It doesn't look at interest of people, but rather what values people prescribe to some things. And lastly, it neglects change. It is not interested in looking at, like for example, in the family, if you are talking about, that is there something wrong in a family? Is there something wrong in a joint family? Or what is it that is not being smoothly done in a given family? Why is division of labor, especially in Indian society, like in a family when you look at, like is so very, different? Why is like certain function to be played only by the man? Why is certain function only to be played by the women? Should this be changed? But functionalist doesn't look at a change. They look at status quo, the way things are. So with this, I wind up and could stop.